checka. Hello! Oh, another year. Oh my God, it's Lightning Talks time. Who's excited for Lightning Talks? Who's excited for Lightning Talks? Yeah. Awesome. So thanks so much for coming in here. Bar's back there. Whiskey is always good. We have 16 awesome talks tonight for you. They're all super short, 6 minutes. If one is not to your liking, don't fret, because on average, 3 minutes later, it will be done, and you will not have to sit there and worry. My name's Haines. That's all you really need to know about me, other than the fact that I love cats. So if you have anything cat-related you would like to talk to me about, especially pictures of your cats, please bring them to me after the talk. So, without further ado, because we have to get through a lot of talks and there is only so much of my rambling you can listen to, our first talk is by somebody who I've known for 27 years. And every time he talks, I get like a little flutter inside because it's so good. It's Steve Bilogan talking about the UNO Lightning Framework. Oh my God, give it up for Steve.
Thank you. Okay, check. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Steve. I'm a senior consultant at Improving, and today I'm going to talk to you quickly. It's going to be a little technical talk about the UNO platform, so what it is and what you can do with it. I have a little thing. So what UNO actually is, as they say on their website, is it's the only platform for building native mobile, desktop, and WebAssembly apps with C# and XAML from a single code base, open source, and professionally supported. So I was talking to their community outreach people, and I was saying, I don't want to sell this as just yet another cross-platform mobile framework. And they said, you can look at this more from the WebAssembly side of things and sell this more as a React/React Native, but for C# developers instead. And I thought that was a really cool way of thinking about it. So now for the catch. So whenever you hear native cross-platform development, there's always a catch. There's always some sort of technology or vendor lock-in, and UNO is just the same. So basically, the catch with UNO is you're building Windows 10 UWP applications. You're building a Windows 10 store application that just so happens to compile down to iOS, Android, and WebAssembly. So basically, when you're coming into UNO, you have to come in with some knowledge of how to build Windows 10 store apps, which I know is very popular, so everyone has that experience, obviously. And so just a quick high-level view of what UNO is. If you look on your left, you have your 4 heads, so your 4 applications that you'll get out of the UNO platform. Those, all 4, will consume the C# application code and the XAML UI, the UI logic. It'll then reach out to the UNO platform, which then in turn reaches out to Xamarin and Mono for the runtime support. On the right is just, I don't know if you could see it, but it's just some of the stuff that UNO likes to display of what you get out of the box when you're working with UNO. One of the big ones, UNO 2.0, just got released, and it just came out with the XAML hot reload. So you can rapidly prototype, so any changes to your UI logic will automatically be shown on your devices, on the web browser, wherever you're building it for. One of the cool ones that I think is really, really interesting is this integration with Xamarin Forms. So I used to always talk about UNO as this sort of competitor or rival of Xamarin Forms. But recently, the UNO platform created the set of Xamarin Forms renderers powered by the UNO platform to actually render your Xamarin Forms app to WebAssembly. So now, thanks to UNO, you can have a Xamarin Forms mobile app running as a web app using WebAssembly, which I thought was pretty interesting. So what it can do. So the Windows 10 UI, the UI API is a very, very complex beast. It's very powerful, and you get to basically leverage all of that out of the box with UNO. Because UNO is basically just cloning the Windows UI APIs, you get those APIs out of the box, and you get, on top of that, all the documentation that's provided by Microsoft, which in my opinion is pretty robust and pretty good. So if you were to look up here, this is just a quick view of what you could do with UNO. This is just with the Windows 10 API, UI APIs with XAML. You have your grid, a text block, which is a label, and a slider. Using the UNO platform, you compile this, and you'll get all 4 of your heads compiled. So you have your iOS, your Android, your Windows, and your WebAssembly, all with the native views being displayed with what you get. And that's all generated from the XAML, and so it's 100% code reuse for your UI logic. I also usually demo this little calculator, but I can't do that right now. But basically, Microsoft recently open sourced their code for the Windows 10 calculator, the actual Windows 10 calculator app that's running on your Windows 10 devices. And the UNO team actually took this and compiled it down with UNO and got it to run on Android, iOS, and WebAssembly. So if you go to platform.uno is their website, you could find the real Windows 10 calculator app running within the web, and you can resize it. It's responsive, and it works as it should. And it took basically no tweaking to do. So I thought that was a really cool thing to look at. Definitely check that out. And finally, just some resources. So like I said before, we have the platform.uno is their website. They have code samples there. They have a really cool XAML controls gallery where you can rapidly prototype, build some XAML components, and you'll see on the right side, it'll be compiled down to WebAssembly, and it'll be displayed on the right side of the screen for you. They also have their GitHub, github.com/UNO platform. They are always open to pull requests. This was developed in Montreal, Quebec, and it was documented by people from Montreal, Quebec, so they would love to have some people that know how to actually write some English to fix all their typos in their documentation. And my GitHub as well, if you want to check out my beautiful weather application that I make for every single cross-platform framework that I find. You can go up to mine. It's a 0. It's not an O at the end there. So github.com/caso0. And I probably should have put this at the beginning, but this is me, mostly when I had more hair. And like I said before, I'm a senior consultant at Improving. I'm from Montreal, so I actually used to work on the UNO platform. And again, my GitHub is there, and as well as my LinkedIn. So if you guys want to hit me up and talk about UNO or talk about anything else, I'll be available. All right, thank you.